At Stalingrad.
On the southernmost front, things were not going well for the Red Army. Fighting hard along the Black Sea coast and around the Sea of Azov, they were forced to retreat to the Kerch Peninsula. Kerch fell. The Nazis' main objective was Sevastopol in the Crimea, main base for the Soviet Black Sea Fleet. Sevastopol was a fortress. To reduce it, the Germans brought up special siege guns. In command was von Manstein, one of Hitler's most successful generals. On June 4, 1942, the Soviets abandoned Sevastopol, having withstood a siege of 250 days. Encouraged by their successes at Kharkov, Kerch, and Sevastopol, the Nazis pressed on for Stalingrad and the road to the Caucasus. By mid-June, the Nazis had massed over 250,000 men with 3,000 pieces of artillery and nearly 500 tanks and 1,200 aircraft. Hitler told General von Paulus, commander of the 6th Army, "With your army, you can storm the skies." Against this, the Red Army mustered 160,000 men, just over 2,000 guns and mortars, 400 tanks, and 450 aircraft. The odds were heavily against the Soviets. In the face of the Nazi advance, fighting doggedly, the Red Army steadily withdrew toward Voronezh. The Germans crossed the Don. Then they hit trouble. Soviet High Command had placed 2 infantry armies with powerful tank and air support within the Don Bend. General Halder, chief of the German General Staff, noted in his diary, "The enemy's resistance is building up." later, he noted, hard defensive actions on von Paulus's northern flank. During June, the Nazis had lost 130,000 killed and wounded. In July, 160,000. Prelude to the Battle of Stalingrad. On July 28th, Stalin had ordered, not one step back. Despite their superiority in numbers and equipment, the Nazis were still more than 60 miles away from Stalingrad. It would take them 2 months to cover the distance. In August, the Nazis lost nearly 260,000 men. In the summer heat of the Don Plain, the Soviets held fast, denying von Paulus the breakthrough he craved. The longer he could be delayed, the more time the Soviets would have to deploy their strategic reserves. And the more armament they would get from the factories of Siberia. The new aircraft, T-34 tanks, guns, Katyusha rocket batteries. Day and night they toiled. And their work rolled westward. Westward to the Volga and the city of Stalingrad.